Yay! You are a rock star. You made it back for day 2 of the Passion to Profit workshop. Today we get down to the nuts and bolts. We learn more about funnels, we go into different types of products, and we learn how to price and stack our products so that we can really scale and create true financial freedom for ourselves. Remember, the description has all sorts of links and resources to help you along this journey, so go check it out. But for now, I hope you've got your pen and paper ready, your coffee in hand, so you can lock in and play, pause, do as we go along the journey with Lizelle.
What? Chat GPT. So yeah, very, very excited for what's about to happen tonight. So thanks a lot. I've learned so much yesterday.
I'm so happy to hear. I'm so happy to hear. Okay, so did you, so we just started, guys. So we just clicked on record. So if you are seeing the recording, you didn't miss anything yet. Okay, we're just waiting for everyone to come in the room. So Sharon, just tell me quickly, when you came, what were you expecting? What happened that you didn't expect? You're on mute.
Sorry, I'm moving around because the kids are busy. So basically, I didn't know what I was expecting. Obviously, I was basically expecting something, obviously, that will work for me because I've been in digital marketing and I had burnout there and literally limited success, little to nothing success. But I'm looking for something that will literally bring in passive income without me having to, constantly speak to people or message people. Something that just can, purchase without me having to be involved physically. So that has been what I've been wanting for a while now. And when my friend told me about it, I was like, what do I have to lose? I mean, yesterday was already a partial breakthrough because there's two options that you already gave me, So very, very excited and looking forward to what is happening tonight, definitely.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So what she's sharing is, I'm going to show you, thank you so much, Sharon. I'm going to show you later in tonight. Who's got the AM? I want to know where you are if it's morning by you. Okay, let me know if just put me if you are in the AM. So it's nighttime by me in South Africa. And what I'm going to share with you tonight is I'm going to share with you how you can do that actually faster. Okay. So instead of taking a longer time into creating your product and start earning income, I'm going to show you a faster way. If you want a faster way, put me in the comment. Okay. You do not need a special bank account. Okay. You do not need a special bank account to be able to sell digital products. Okay. We'll get into that a little bit later. Okay. So who else wants to say? Angelique, go quickly.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Lizelle. I was on the previous Canva workshop as well, mind-blowing. And again, last night was for me that your two islands of what's the pain point, what's the desire, and how to build that bridge. And last night just focused it more for me, even than last time, to the point that I went to my secret sales rep and I said, what are my perfect customer battling with now? And so I'm very excited for tonight because she said they battle now with year-end burnout. This is what you need to do. So I'm ready for tonight to see what I can create for my perfect customer for.
Fantastic. Well done for being on the second one. Maud, I want to give you also a chance. I haven't heard you speak, so I want to give you a chance as well. Share with us.
Hi, everybody. My name is Maud. I'm from Botswana, a very hot Botswana. So, yes,
Awesome.
Last night. I've been following the DMS program for quite some time, contemplating whether I should do it or not. But I think just last night gave me clarity because I realized last night reading the comments, because I couldn't comment last night. My chat box for some reason was missing. So I realized last night that there's so many ladies out there that goes through the exact same thing as I am. And I think it makes it more comfortable and it makes it more accepting to know that you're not the only one. There was one lady specifically that answered that she's too much in her own head. And there's a couple of things that you addressed in your pain and desire section on the board. Technology. I mean, how many ladies are in their head because they feel I do not have the skills to work with this app, or I don't have the skills to do that. and there's so much in their own head. So I'm glad I joined. I'm super excited. I actually want to walk this journey, and I'm trying to actually get more people already to join and follow what's going to happen.
Well, great stuff. Thank you so much, Maud. So she mentioned something that's very important, right? Her eyes opened up to a lot of people feeling the same way. You know, if you were thinking to yourself that, what can I offer? How can I make a difference? How can I make money if everyone else is doing this and everyone else is doing that? That's exactly that. People, so we as humans, we live in our own little world and we think it's only us. But it's when you start opening up, that's when the magic happens. When you start opening up a little bit, I shared with you a little bit about storytelling yesterday, right? Share a little bit of your story. People can actually get free. They can get better lives. They can get out of a stuck rut. They can lose some weight. Whatever breakthrough you had or busy building is a breakthrough that someone else can have. Okay, so we need to get started. Mandy, I would love to hear from you a little bit later. So someone asked here about the VIP. The VIP is a strategy session for those who booked it for tomorrow. I just wanted to give, because I know everyone always asks me, Lizelle, but I've got this question, I've got that question. Can I just have a one-on-one with you? So instead of having a one-on-one, I'm doing like a group call. If you're in the VIP, I'm doing a group call, answering your questions, helping you map out a strategy for yourself. Whatever your goal is, I'm helping you. I'm giving you the strategy to get there. Okay, so that's what we're doing, and you're getting some other goodies in it. All right, are you guys ready to go? Put ready in the comments. Are you excited? This is a very exciting one for me today. A very exciting, because in our last 5-day challenge, a lot of people had like a, you think you had like a revelation yesterday. Today is going to be amazing, because here's the thing. A lot of people feel guilty for charging money for something. Put your hand up. I can all see you on the screen, so you can just put your hand up. Okay, if you agree with me, you feel a little bit guilty charging for money. Okay, who's in their own business? Put your hand up if you've got your own business. Your own business, or maybe a side hustle. I just want to see. Physically put your hand up so I can see. Okay, I just want to see. Okay, because if you've been in your own business,
Ek weet nog steeds weer die waar nie.
okay, just make sure you guys are muted. Okay, I don't know who sent me a message now or is talking to someone else, but just make sure you're muted. Okay. So, because we as humans, we normally feel guilty for charging money. We feel guilty for charging our worth because, and here's something that might ding ding a little bit, if it not now, later. Okay. When I say ding ding, it's like, oh my goodness, I see it. I get it. Okay. If the most of the time when we feel guilty about asking people money for something in return, like for a course or a guide, or maybe like Sharon's in a nail salon, she feels guilty because she finished the client's nails quickly and must she charge full price, mustn't she, right? We feel guilty because we think we have to charge our worth. Do you get that? We think we need to charge our worth. And because we think most of the time so little about ourselves and we're so critical about ourselves, we don't want to charge a lot of money. We always do ourselves in to make other people happy. Right? Is there anyone on here that feels that way? Just, you can put a 1 in the comments or just show me by the hands that you do yourself in. Sometimes you say yes to something, or you wanted to charge for it, but then you said, oh no. And afterwards you're like, man, I could have paid a bill this week if I just could have charged for baking that cake or whatever, right? That's how we normally are. So I'm going to help you break through that now. Because if you're in that situation, you will always be working hard. You will always not be paid your worth because you are thinking about what you are worth. Number one is you are worth a lot, okay? Time is money. Time is money. You can always make more money. You can never get more time. You will never get time back. When my kids were small, they were each 2 months old. I had to go back to work because I couldn't afford being a stay-at-home mom. I can never, ever get that time back with them. Those missed moments from 2 months to 4 years, I will never get back in my life. I was just surviving. I was just surviving being a mom, busy mom, working, going through a divorce. That was me, right? I was just busy surviving. I missed that time, I'll never have it back. So time is money. Time is extremely expensive because that's something we will never get back. And this is why time people charge so much for, right? Because, I mean, when I started my online business, I would do a lot of one-on-ones. And in the beginning it was, and I don't say don't do one-on-ones or don't meet with a person or don't get on a call with them. I did it a lot in the beginning because I wanted to get into my customer's head. I wanted to know, Is my product helping? What are they struggling with so that I could do it better? Now it's like I have people helping me, right? Because if you want to scale your business, you need people to help you scale, right? And your time become more and more valuable because you'll realize money comes and goes. Money is here today, it's gone tomorrow, right? I mean, I just spent $10,000 on a funnel, guys. You're going to hear me say that a lot because $10,000 is a lot of freaking money to spend on a funnel, okay? But that's the going rate for this stuff. So, I mean, I know it comes and goes. You need to spend money here, you need to spend money there. And, you know, it just is what it is. So get out of your own head in all about you. We are going to think and focus about your customer right now, okay? Just like we did yesterday. So what we're going to talk about now is pricing your product. And by the end of today's training, you are going to know exactly how to price your product. You're going to know exactly how to structure this product, okay? You're going to be so freaking excited about getting your product out. And if you want to do it even faster, in other words, if you don't want to wait until your product is finished, if you don't want to wait until you figure this all out and you want to start earning income now, I'm going to show you a better option. Does that make you excited, guys? Yes, in the comments if it does. Did it make you excited? Okay? Yeah, I know, right? It made me excited too. Okay, so here's a question I want to ask you. Let me know in the comments there, what is something that would make a huge difference in your life right now? I'm talking about it will change your life right around. Like, that will bring a huge transformation in your life right now. Maybe you are struggling with your weight and you want to lose some weight. Maybe you want to buy a house because you're about to lose your house, or you are sick and tired of renting and you want to make your house all nice. Maybe what will make a big difference if you can pay your children's school fees in advance or their university fees in advance, right? Let's see, buy my dream house, debt-free, quitting my job. Ooh, that's a big one. Owning my own land, own car, financial freedom, paying off, okay? Settle debts, okay? Okay, so here what I'm asking you. So that will make a huge difference, okay? What will be the huge difference? If all your debt is paid right now, and you've got the school fees that you paid in advance, you've got your dream house, what in your mind and in your feelings are going to change? What's going to change? What are you feeling now that you don't want to feel then? No stress, peace, calmness, stress-free. Spend time with family, peaceful, no stress. Ooh, I see a stress a lot, no stress, right? Happy, no anxiety, okay? So if I could give you a magic pill right now that will immediately change your circumstances, like immediately, what would you do to get it? If this magic pill costed $10,000 and you don't have the money, how will you get it? Because you know this pill will answer everything for you. You'll do everything and anything, okay? If I had to give you a step-by-step plan on how to get the money to get that magic pill, would you do it? Would you do it? You'll do whatever it takes to do it. Okay, right? So the bad news is that pill doesn't exist, okay? That's the bad news, okay? So sorry about that one. The pill does not exist if I'm working on that pill, okay? Indeed. So the next best option is if I could show you step by step how to get out of your situation within 30 days, how to start getting reoccurring consistent income in 90 days, and how to go into 2026 knowing that you're about to pay off your debt, knowing you're about to get that dream house of yours, knowing that you are about to be stress-free, and you can end 2026 without ever having that stress again, or without ever being in that situation that you are in right now, okay? Would you also do anything to get that? Right? Okay, so we're all on the same page here, right? That tells me you are willing to pay for transformation, right? Don't worry, I'm also willing to pay for transformation. I mean, when I go to a doctor and I'm sick, I will do anything to let the doctor help me get healthy again, okay? So here's what I want to teach you about this. People pay a lot more to get rid of pain than they do to get luxury. None of you said to me, oh, I just want to go on a fancy holiday and be treated like a queen or a king, right? None of you said to me, I want to drive a Lamborghini. I want to be the richest person in the world. No. What did you say? You said you wanted to get out of debt. You wanted to get a new house. You wanted to pay your children's school fees in advance. You wanted to stop stressing. You want to get rid of pain. Can I get an amen on that? You want to get rid of pain, right? People are much more willing to pay for something to get them out of their pain than to get them pleasure or luxury, right? So that's a big tip for you if you are planning your product. That's a big tip, because when someone's stressing financially, getting their lashes done or their nails done or buying a new car, that's all a luxury. Getting nice clothes, that's all a luxury for them. They are rather going to pay for what's needed than go buy, spoiling themselves, right? So people are much more willing to buy to get them out of the pain than to get them into luxury. You guys agree with that, right? So I'm going to show you the 3 type of pricing structures, okay? The pricing levels, price points, whatever you want to call it, okay? How you want to structure your digital product. And by the way, it works with any business. If you have a physical business, if you have a side hustle, with anything, it doesn't have to be a digital product. It works the same way, okay? So there are 3 price points. The first one is low ticket. Okay? Your low ticket price point is any digital product or physical product less than $100. Okay? This could be templates, it can be planners, it can be, I explained it in my previous challenge, like I had a fitness trainer, right? About 4 years ago, I was like, I need to get in shape. I just want to feel better about, like I wasn't fat or anything, but I wanted just to feel good about myself. I was going into my 40s, and if you're nearing your 40s now, 40s is the place to be, right? So I had this goal, like at 40, I wanted to feel excellent. I didn't want to feel tired. I wanted to look and feel good. So I started Googling how I can get into shape. I used to hate exercise. Okay, I didn't want to go to the gym. I don't like to go to the gym without makeup. Anyone on here that feels that way? Okay, so I have to like make up myself 5 a.m. in the morning, go to the gym, come back. I didn't want to do that. Okay, so I wanted something that I could do from home. So I discovered this fitness trainer online. And when I discovered this fitness trainer, he had a couple of options for me that I could choose from. So one of his options was the low ticket option. Okay, one of his options was just like a guide that guided me in letting me know, okay, these are the type of foods that are healthy. These are the type of foods that aren't healthy. Make sure that you exercise so many times a week. And he'll give me some tips and tricks and so forth, okay? He'll give me his knowledge, okay? That was a low ticket. So that's something I could buy online, under $100. I could buy it, I could download it, and I get some knowledge from him so that I save time and money, because I'm saving time because I don't have to Google more anymore. He's got all the information that I was looking for, and it's saving me money because now I don't have to go join a gym. He's telling me what to do. Okay, so that's a low ticket product. So think about the type of product that you have as well. Okay, the second type of product is a mid ticket. Okay, now this mid ticket one can be anything around $197 to about $297. Okay. Now the mid-ticket one is when you do like short courses. If he, with this guide, if he gave me a couple of videos where he said to me, Lizelle, these are the type, well, not Lizelle, he's just doing a generic video, like a fitness video, where he shows me how to do the exercises and, how much water to drink. And he gives me some more of his time, but it's pre-recorded. You guys get what I'm saying, right? He gives me a little bit more information, and he might give me a tracker, a meal tracker, a fitness tracker. He'll give me some more stuff, and he'll bundle it all up, right? And he gives me something like that. It actually goes, I see now I made a mistake. It goes to $497, sorry. $497. Okay, 497. I have to follow my notes here, otherwise I think about everything and everything. Okay, so the next thing is high ticket. Okay, high ticket. Now this one can be anything between from 497. Man, it can go up to 2,000 plus. 2,000 plus. 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Okay. Now, when we get to a high ticket, that's now where you get proper transformation. This is the pain normally that people want to get rid of immediately. This is like, these are your type of buyers that want, I want that transformation now. I'm locked in. I'm ready to start exercising. Now, the high ticket program is a lot more expensive because with this one, I was like, no, man, I tried a lot of things. I have tried apps. I want to speak to a person. I want someone to ask me questions and custom make a plan for me. I want to do exercises that I enjoy. I want to eat food that I enjoy. And I want to know that I'm going to get results. I want someone to check on me. I want accountability. So what he did was, he did a whole entire thing for me where I had to fill in a lot of forms. And then I had to weigh myself, I had to measure myself, I had to take photos of myself, right? And then he coached me through it. Every single week, he would check up on me. Lizelle, did you log your figures? How did you run? Did you do your exercises? Send me pictures so that I can see if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? He was a proper coach. And for that, he was asking a high ticket program because within 6 weeks, I had a freaking six-pack. Eh? How cool is that? Because I was following it, I was expecting that amazing transformation. Does that make sense? And because of his coaching, what happened was I not only did a quick diet, I actually had a lifestyle transformation because I'm living what he taught me instead of just following a quick guide, giving up quickly, because it was just a guide, it was just a PDF. Okay, there's nothing wrong with a guide. There's nothing wrong with a PDF. So don't think there's nothing wrong. Okay, what I'm saying, it's a good place to start. A lot of my customers have started with a low ticket, which is good because if you do not have the mindset yet to sell a 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 program, you're not going to make sales anyway because you're going to feel like, the program is 5,000, but don't worry, you don't have to pay anything, or don't worry, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Anyone on here like that? I know I used to be like that. You have to have that mindset, and your mindset doesn't normally grow that, if you've never had your own online business, it's difficult for you to go suddenly to 5,000. Okay, so especially with something that you have created that has not been tested to see if it works, to see if there are results. Okay, so a tip I want to give you here, is there is something called, you can see, right? There's something called perceived value. Okay. Is it fine, Sanali? Okay. So there's something called perceived value. Okay. So let me ask you this. If I was your fitness trainer and I'm using the weight loss thing because it's just easy for me to reference because a lot of people can relate with that. Okay. If you had to buy a guide from me for, let's say, $74 or something. Let's say $70. You buy a guide from me that's going to teach you how to eat and exercise and all of that. And I sell you that for $70. What transformation are you expecting? Think about anything that you bought. What transformation are you expecting? Are you expecting to get a six-pack in 6 weeks or 8 weeks? Or are you expecting, depending on how much you need to lose or not lose, are you expecting to have a transformation that when people see you in 6 months, they're like, oh my goodness, what did you do? What did you do? You're looking fantastic. Are you expecting that result with a low ticket? Hey? Probably not. No. There's a lower transformation because of the price point. You guys agree? Okay? Because I'm now teaching you what a low ticket is, but your market, your audience, they don't know low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket. They don't know it. All they are looking at is the price and the promise. That's what they're looking at. Okay. So if I had to tell you now, okay, I'm going to sell you a fitness program, okay, where I teach you how to lose weight, I teach you how to eat, I'll help you do all of those things. I'm going to coach you through it weekly. This is, and you guys mentioned to me earlier, you would do anything to get out of your situation. If I sell you something that will get you out of your situation and give you that transformation that you so desire, and you can get it between 3 and 6 months, okay? And I sell you something for, let's say, $3,000, right? What transformation are you expecting? Huge. Okay, let me ask you the other question. If I told you I was going to help you get out of your situation that you're in right now, you desire to be in that, you all said some of you want to buy a house, some of you want to be debt-free, you want to be in that situation. We're a couple of months away from 2026. If I told you I can help you do that for $97, do you think it's going to help you get out of that situation? Do you think it's going to change it? Why not? Okay. Okay. Why do you think you won't expect that? Get what you pay for. Oh, I love that. You get what you pay for, right? Wouldn't expect enough value. Okay. So there were some of you on my 5-day challenge, right? So that's why it's called perceived value. The higher the price, the higher the perceived value. And this is why you would make a mistake if you are so scared to charge people money that you do yourself in. You want to do this nail course and you want to do your videos and you want to set this course out, but because you feel so guilty for charging people, the course is actually worth $900, but you want to sell it for $100 because you're feeling too scared to ask people for money. But you're doing it wrong, because now the perceived value is so low, so they don't buy from you, not because you have an amazing program or product. They don't buy from you because the perceived value is low. That's a human thing we do. That's buyer psychology. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Okay? So always think about that. You also don't want to put a high price on something that's low value. Okay? You don't want to do that, because then you're not going to have customers after a month. Because if your customers are not getting results and they don't see the value that you offer in your offering, and you just put the price high just to have that perceived value, you're going to get a very bad name in your business, okay, and in the market. You don't want that. But you also want to price the value. And if you don't want to price the entire value, then show the value and give a discount or whatever. I'm gonna get into that and show you exactly. I'm going to show you exactly how I priced my system. Okay. So you want to take a screenshot here? You're good? Can we move on? Higher perceived value is brand strong. Exactly. Because think about it. We all know Nike. So some say Nike, some say Nike. I say Nike, okay? I'm Afrikaans, so I don't know. It's Nike. So think about Nike. 2 red t-shirts are 2 red t-shirts. That's it. But one says Nike and one doesn't have a brand on. Which one are you going to buy? Which one would you want to buy, right? You want to buy the Nike. T-shirt's a t-shirt. It's the same 2 red t-shirts. But you want to buy the Nike because the Nike has a brand. It's got a reputation. And it's so expensive. So there's already that perceived value, right? So what I did was, I'm going to show you exactly how I priced, and then what you can do is you can price along your product with me. But you've heard about this $10,000 funnel that I'm talking about, okay? Like I said, you're going to hear it a lot of times, because it's the first time ever in my life I paid so much for something, right? But I know the value of having a good funnel. Now, who doesn't know what a funnel is? Put 1 in the comments if you don't know what a funnel is. Then I'll explain it quickly, okay? So a funnel is what actually works online for you 24/7. You've got a system, but that system is set up in a way that it funnels. So I'm going to quickly explain that, because you need to understand this. A funnel is this, okay? So what happens is, we call it a buyer's journey, okay? This is a buyer's journey. So what happens is, This is your system. If you have a system working online for you 24/7, then that means, like Sharonay said, she doesn't want to work all the time. I think it was Sharonay, someone else said that. They don't want to work all the time. They want to be able to make money without always freaking working, right? Now, the only way that you can do that is if you have a system that works in a proven way, and we call that a funnel. So what happens is the first layer is the awareness layer, okay? Now, this is when people become aware of your product, okay? So, cancer awareness, those drives that they do, okay? This is something you can relate to. So they do cancer crusades and something like that, right? And they do these here where they clip their hair and stuff like that. What are they doing? Okay, yes, they are maybe fundraising, but the main idea for them doing that is they're bringing awareness to cancer patients. That's what they're doing. So what happens is they're just doing it physically, okay? So what happens is people become aware because the crusades are happening. So now they come into a funnel where they put in their email. Now cancer says, okay, if you want to be a part of this cancer drive and you want to color your hair and you want to stand for people that have cancer, sign up to this page and tell us you're going to take part. What happens? You go to a page on the internet, you go enter your name and your email, right? And what happens when you enter your email? Firstly, you became aware. What happens now is you enter your email, okay? And normally in business, you'll get something for that. So in our business and in your business, you would want to give a free something. You would want to give them something in exchange for their email address to say thank you and also to show the value that you actually can bring them, okay? So if it's, I'm going to take Sharonay's example. If she wants to do a nail course and she wants to do an online course that she wants to sell, then what I would do is her customer is going to be someone that wants to learn how to do nails because they probably don't want to go to a varsity or somewhere else. They are maybe like during COVID, I was wanting to learn new skills in beauty and I did an online course because sometimes it's just convenient or they can be already busy working a 9 to 5, but they want to start a little side hustle. So now they come to Sharonay's page and they learn, oh my goodness, okay, I can learn how to do nails, okay? So what Sharonay is saying then, I'm going to give you a guide and I'm going to show you how you can make more money. You can replace your 9 to 5 by doing a nail course. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So what happens is they want more information. There's an email exchange that happens. And all of a sudden, this system is sending out emails to your audience that gave their email address. So now you're getting regular emails. Just put a yes in the comments if you're in an email list like that, where you are getting regular emails. Okay, you're getting regular emails. That's the system doing the work, okay? So the emails are happening. So what's happening right here is relationship building. So before COVID, okay, before digital marketing boomed, we all had to go phone customers. We all had to sit in front of a customer, explain to them the entire process, show them this is what we do, or this is what I sell, or I was in network marketing as well. So we had to go recruit every day, and I had to like a million times tell people the same thing over and over again to join our company, right? So instead of doing that, your system is doing it. Your system is sending out daily emails, building that relationship. So what Sharonay will be doing is she will start sharing where she started, why she created this course, and how it's been helping, and how much money you can make, and she would be giving a lot of information, and she may be showing her audience it's not as difficult as you seem, right? And then here is the decision phase. Here is where a buyer decides what decision to make. So they either buy or they opt out. Okay? Now, this is a normal funnel. This is a normal funnel that has been working for me for ages, okay? And it's been working extremely well because that helps you get money in your sleep. But there's an even better funnel because a lot of people don't opt out here. So what do you do with the people that don't opt out? Now, there's a lot that can happen there, a lot of sales, a lot of money that you can still make here if you know how to work this, okay? And this is why a funnel is so important. The main thing about a funnel is instead of buying a physical place for your business, a funnel is what you spend on, right? Especially if you have a business that you want to work about an hour or two a day and you want to go live your life, you want to spend time with your family, you want to take a break if you want to, you want to go overseas if you want to, and you don't want to constantly be working, but you can still get money in. The funnel is the one that's been set up once and it keeps on working for you because the internet doesn't sleep. So your business doesn't have to sleep, okay? So if you are working at the moment harder and you're still not getting ahead, this is something that's going to change your life completely. Okay, you with me? Did that make sense? Did that make sense? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I needed you to understand that. Okay, so I invested in an even better funnel. Okay, because I know what it has done for me, and if you want to scale beyond $100,000 a month, it's a good thing to invest in an even better funnel, right? So just to give you an example, so when I was thinking of creating DMS, okay, digital magnetic system, when I was thinking that's a program, but instead of a program, it's like a coaching program. It's highly interactive. It's about building your own brand, building your business. It's not just buying a program to sell someone else's program. It's really interactive. It just helps people make money online and get out of their own way and start building recurring income and consistent income. So for those of you who missed yesterday, please go and check that replay because it's crucial what I shared yesterday, because we spoke about the pain points and we spoke about the desires of your perfect customer. So I listed the pain points and the desires of my perfect customer, right? You guys remember what I said, right? I spoke about who was not here yesterday. Just put one in the comments if you were not here yesterday. Okay, I want to just show you. You can take a screenshot, and as I talk, you can look at this because this is key to understand. Yes, Sonali.
Lizelle, just bend it down the laptop screen.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay. So quickly run through it. We spoke about what are the pains that your customer, your audience is now experiencing. Okay. And the desire where they want to be. And your bridge, that's the product. Your product is the answer to get them from where they are now to where they want to be. You need to fill the gap in here. Okay. So I was in digital marketing. I started with a system that could work for me, and I was very successful. I made over $100,000 in my first 7 months. But then I saw a lot of people, my customers, not my customers, sorry, audience members, like my perfect customer, the one that would buy from me, is someone like me who was struggling financially, who wanted to be at home with the kids, and she just wanted to stop freaking stressing about money. I wasn't looking to get rich. I was just looking to have financial freedom. And when I say financial freedom to me was, I don't have to worry about money. Doesn't matter what the amount is. I just don't want to worry about money. Okay. So I knew that my perfect customer also had that. So what happened was I started reselling this program, but I saw a lot of people in this space were still struggling. They were desperate to make money, but they were stuck at how do I make money? Okay. So when I created DMS, I said, okay, the way that I can bridge this gap for them is I can create a step-by-step roadmap on how they can make their first $5,000 to $10,000. If not in their first month, at least in their first 90 days. Okay. Because that's a roadmap that can definitely take them there. So the next pain point that they had was a lot of people would start with an online business, but then the tech overwhelms them. They don't know how to set up the system. They don't know how to get it connected. Now they have to pay someone to set it up for them. And I knew that what they were wanting was a done-for-you business, a done-for-you system. So what I included in my program was, I'll have it set up for you so that you don't have to worry about the tech. Every single thing will be set up. You don't have to pay extra to have someone set it up. The third one was, a lot of them were making sales now and again, but they weren't getting consistent sales. Okay. So I knew what they wanted. They wanted consistent income. They didn't want just a sale every 3 months. They wanted a daily income. So what I started doing was I added multiple income streams. Now these multiple income streams includes multiple funnels. Now I told you the importance of a funnel. In other words, instead of them having to go pay $5,000 or at least minimum $2,500 for a funnel, instead of them having to go pay for someone to create that funnel, I paid that already. And that's how I built my multi-six-figure business, right? All I did was I included it. So instead of them having to worry about how they're going to create this consistent income stream, I just filled the gap for them there, okay? They felt alone. That was the other pain point. So I knew that they needed someone to coach them. So I included pods in my community so that when they come into the DMS Pro, that they can have that growth, they can learn from a 5- and 6-figure earner as a coach and with the peers behind them so that they can don't feel alone, right? And a lot of them lacked confidence. So there was a program that I created called Magnetic Sales Formula. That was a mid-ticket product that I created. It was a 6-week or a 4-week, 4-week or 6-week, for some reason I can't remember now, program that I ran live, and I recorded that program. And people that were in digital marketing for more than a year, all of a sudden started getting sales because of that. So I knew that, oh my word, this was amazing. And I wanted to add up that price, but then DMS was born. So I was like, they have to have this. Because they're lacking confidence, right? And then a lot of them were doing things manually. So I knew they needed more templates. So I created a content vault where they can literally copy, paste, and post. They don't have to worry about, what do I post today? I don't want to show my face on social media. So I made it so easy for them. And I'm updating that content vault every single month. So it's so easy, right? So I closed the gap for them. And then no feedback and the time issue, I created the AI bot, also helping them with their time. Because now, instead of taking hours to create their content, the AI bot creates it for them in minutes. Okay? And what was the other? And the feedback. So what I did was I included coaching. So instead of just selling them a program and letting them do it on their own, I added coaching in it so that on a Monday they can get feedback. We do content audits. We talk about social media. There's regular trainings in the community and so forth. Okay, so that was a crash course on the pain points of yesterday. Okay, so now I said to you yesterday, is it right? Okay, so yesterday I said you have to write down your pain points. Who did that? Just say me. I'm not going to call you up, so don't worry. Okay, just say me if you listed your pain points, your audience's pain points, and you listed the desires and how your product can gap that. Okay, great. Now today we're going to price that. So I'm going to show you how I priced it. So that gap that you filled, which is the bridge of your product, right? That gap. If you can remember the palm trees, okay? That gap that you are filling, that is the stuff that you have to have in your business or in your product. So what I knew was they would need a done-for-you system. They would need a proper funnel. They would need to have this set up, okay? So what I did was I decided I was going to give them a done-for-you system, okay? Now, when I did my very first system, I did a lot of it on my own because I learned the tech. I could do it, right? So mine it worked about $1,497, okay? So I was like, okay, I'm going to give them this done-for-you system. So all they need to do is they can just copy this over, okay? Then the next thing I did was I wanted them to have a library of training so that instead of just coming into a program and reselling something, I wanted them to learn the skills how to create their own product. I wanted them to be able to create lower ticket products that if they want to add something or they want to start feeling more confident about their own product, they can create it and do it. So I wanted to give them a full training library of creating their own products, templates, trainings, and stuff like that, right? So I'm going to call it training library. Okay, so this training library is about just the how to build your product is $997 worth. Just that training, okay? And then I told you about Magnetic Sales Formula. Now, Magnetic Sales Formula is that mid-ticket course that I spoke about that I created, okay? And I knew I needed to add this into the mix, okay? When I first started selling the Magnetic Sales Formula, I sold it for $187. And I was going to take that price up to $297. And just before it went up, I decided, you know what, scratch that. I'm not just going to give people more confidence and getting, because I talk about biopsychology in here. I talk about how to get out of your own head. It's really deep. If you have not done, for those of you in the community, if you have not done this, this can set you free for life, not just in business, in your own personal life as well. It's a very deep program or a course. So I was going to bring that up. And then I got a lot of customers saying, but I want the done for you. I want the, I don't want to do this course and this course and this course. I want everything under one umbrella. And that's why I decided, you know what, I'm just going to add it. Okay. Magnetic Sales Formula is a course where I teach you biopsychology, Rafiwe. Biopsychology, this is how you make sales. When you get out of your own head, limiting beliefs that you have, a lot of stuff happened to each one of us, from young. Maybe there was someone at school that was ugly with you and you lost your confidence there or whatever. We just handle that in the Magnetic Sales Formula. Okay, so the Magnetic Sales Formula is a short course on its own that helps you get out of your own way. Does that make sense? Obviously, I can't tell you the entire course now in full. It's going to take too much time. Okay, so I added the Magnetic Sales Formula, and then I created the AI bot. So since I've started, I've been posting 3 times a day and on social media, and my social media has converted, it's bringing me in multi-6 figures, okay, just by posting online. And what I did was I created to make it easier for the people who get inside their head and they don't know what to post, because I knew that my perfect customer, that person is busy. Like my customer is someone that, they don't have time. It's someone that works a 9 to 5. Some don't work a 9 to 5. They're busy moms like me. They want to save time. So I created the AI bot with my multi-6 figure strategy. I took all my strategies on how I create my content, what works, what goes viral, what builds trust, and I built the AI bot in that. So that just the AI bot is actually worth over $197. And I want to mention this. These things that I'm going to put on this side, many of these are actually monthly costs for me, okay? But to have started DMS once off, this was a once off for me to get started with it. So if you had to once off get started with it, it would cost you all of this, but some of it's also monthly, okay? I just want to mention it. It's important because you're gonna hear why. The next thing was I wanted to add coaching, okay? So at the stage, I was already doing coaching, because what was happening was a lot of people would come for one-on-ones with me, from like business owners, people that bought other digital marketing courses, all over. And they wanted one-on-ones with me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to create this community, or this coaching community. I'm going to charge $97 a month. And then I'll help you with your content. I'll help you with your business, and I'll give you a little bit more coaching. Okay. So I decided, you know what? I needed to add the coaching, because I could see that was their pain point. People were feeling alone. They did not get any feedback. They were not sure if they're moving in the right direction. So I wanted to give them the coaching. So instead of charging a monthly price, I decided, you know what? It's worth $1,200, but I'm just going to add this anyway. Okay. Then I added the pod groups, because of the people who felt alone. You get those. Most of you are probably like that. You're like, this is how I like to talk to a physical person. I don't just want to watch a program or watch a video, or I want to talk to someone real. If I want an answer, or I just want someone to hear me out. Anyone on here like that? Yeah. Okay. So I created the pod groups. Okay. This is where you get bi-weekly calls, and then they get into a community. They jump on a call every second week, where there are about 10 to 15 members, okay? And they grow with the coach. They get their answers. They can talk about their life, their stories, and they can have that support that they were looking for, okay? So the pod groups just alone. Now, this one is worth $497 a month. This one is worth $497 a month, okay? Because, the coaches aren't just going to give their time. The community is not just going to stay open. It costs to run a community, it costs to run a business. So the other thing I wanted to add was the multiple income streams. Can you remember? So I said multiple income streams. Okay, so just the multiple income streams. I'm checking my figures, because when I did the first 5-day challenge, I actually went and I looked what each of these, what the value was and what I was putting together, right? So just the multiple income streams was $997. But what I didn't include in my previous 5-day thing was the funnels that I built. That was 5,000. Okay, and I didn't even include that.
You have to move it down again a little bit. You can't see under.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So I'll just do this again. Okay. Okay. So where are we? Okay. And then obviously, I wanted to give them the content vault. So instead of giving them content that gets old, because let's face it, the algorithm changes all the time, the social media changes all the time. So instead of just giving them content that's just going to sit there and get old, I wanted to give them now fresh content every single month, and I wanted to give them a content vault. Now, just the content vault, guys, is over $297 per month, because we have an assigned designer that designs this. What she does is we get together, we look at the stats, we look at the data, what has worked in the online space, what has not worked, how has the algorithm changed. So we make sure that the content that's out there is building that know, like, and trust, because people buy from you that know, like, and trust you. Okay, so that's $297 a month. Okay, and then the 24/7 community that you have access to, right, is $497. Okay, so if I had to add this all up, this entire one will be $6,776. Can you see this amount here? You can see it, right? So if I had to sell one-on-one, and this is what you call stacking, by the way. If you have different types of products, you don't have to sell everything at once like I do. You can actually sell one here, sell one there, you can actually make more money. You guys agree, if I had to sell each of them separately, like everyone wants my AI bot, okay? If I wanted to sell it separately, I can make more money, right? You guys agree? Are you still awake? Are you breathing? Let me see. Okay, great. So I'm going to move on. So the total value was over 6,000, right? 6,776. Now remember what I said about perceived value, okay? So I knew there was going in a lot. I wanted to give it all together because I wanted to be like a one-stop shop. I didn't want people to have to buy something from me and then something from someone else. I wanted my audience to have every single thing that they need to hit $5,000 to $10,000 months and more. That's what I wanted. I wanted to give that promise because I've been there, I've done it, and because I know what it feels like to struggle financially, because I know, this is why it's important, guys, to have your own story, to really want to help people with what you've been through, because that gives you passion and gives you vision instead of just making money. Because I know what it feels like to, have to budget every single month and there's not even something to budget, and having to feel like a failure as a mom because you can't buy your kids even school shoes, I know what that feels like. I don't want to charge over $6,000. I could, but I don't want to. I wanted to make it accessible for as many people as possible. So you have to think about your audience like that. Where is your audience right now, and how can you build that bridge for them? So I know that my audience, they're going to struggle to get to this amount, and I want them to get in, right? So I said, I'm not going to charge that. But what I am going to do, because I want them to have skin in the game, and it does cost money to run. So I wanted to give them the best possible solution so that my product is a no-brainer. Okay, that's what you want. You want to make them realize it's a no-brainer amount. Okay, so I was like, I'm going to charge $1,197. Then I know they've got skin in the game. They've got every single thing that they need to be successful. If they are not successful, it's not because of the program. If they are not successful, it's because they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I teach them a 1 to 2 hour day framework because I know the rest of the stuff is working, right? So what a lot of people struggle with is, remember I said the pain where they are, the desire they want to be at. Your product builds the bridge. So my product takes them from struggling, not knowing, wanting to get out of their 9 to 5, wanting to get out of debt, wanting to buy that new house, right? To where they want to be. Or, yeah, that pain point. I know that product helps, okay? But now here's what a lot of people struggle with. They struggle to get people to walk across. Does that make sense? They struggle with that. You can have an amazing product. You can have an amazing service that you offer. You can have an amazing business, and you can have testimonials of the 4 people that you help, and they're like, oh my goodness, your program or your guide means so much to me, right? But what people struggle with is getting them to walk that road, to pay that money to get that to their desire. And that's what I help with in my program, right? Because you're all here to learn how to do your product, right? And you can create that product. And just after this, I'm going to teach you how to structure that product. And there's also going to be some bells going off, okay? Because if you know how to structure your product, it's going to be so much easier for you to price it even better, because you yourself are going to see the value in your own product, okay? So what people struggle with is getting them across. And this is why I included coaching, because I know how to get them across, okay? So what I want to do because remember I told you, I am going to show you a way how to get there faster. Who wants to go faster? Put yes. Because you can either build your own product, which you're here to learn. You can build your own product. You can make sales with it. And you will if you stick with it, okay? But it's not always just about the product, okay? Again, you can have an amazing product which you put your heart and soul into. But what people struggle with is selling that product. So if you want to go faster, okay, that's exactly what DMS does. It helps you to go faster. Not only are you going to put your product together very, very fast, you are going to get resale rights that you can, okay, if that's what you're looking for. If you want something that's already done for you, that's already put together, so you can immediately start with the coaching and everything, you can get out of your situation quicker and then start focusing on your own products, if that makes sense. So I want to ask Latasha to come on. Just have a look if Latasha's on here, because Latasha was at my previous 5-day challenge. And I want you to just hear about what she says. After this, I'm going to get into the structuring of the product. That's going to be a quick one, okay? But it's going to help you because you might have a product idea, but you don't know how to put it together. So I'm going to help you with it. Okay, Latasha, here you go. I wanted to ask
hi everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm here. Hi everybody.
I just want you, Natasha, thank you so much. Thank you so much that I can call you out. I just wanted you to share with them, because I know you had an amazing experience in the previous challenge we did. And I want them to hear it from you about what happened during the challenge we did, or during the workshop, and what you did after and what changed.
Yeah, thank you, Lizelle. Yes, the previous 5 days was just mind-blowing to me. Initially, and Lizelle knows this, that I was that marketer that said, not another program. Sorry, I'm not interested. I don't want to hear about it. I'm over it. I had this like fatigue, and then I saw the Canva thing and I thought, you know what, I love Canva. Let me come and see what's going on. You guys, when she says the bridge, this was the bridge for me. It took me from 0 to hero, I can say. Something ignited inside of me, because all of a sudden I could see that all the pain points that I experience and what my clients experience, there's a solution for it. And I could see it in Lizelle's program, and it flipped for me. All of a sudden I could see, here's all the answers are there. I just needed to plug in. So I cannot stop talking about this. This was like falling in love. When you fall in love, you just cannot hear enough. You cannot get enough. So I was like over the moon. And I just wanted everybody to know about this, because if there's one thing that you can change in your life that will forever alter your life, wouldn't you want that? And I could see this. I could see the possibility. There's also so many people that's at home who has so much knowledge, and they don't know how to create an income stream from that. And now with Lizelle's program and with her funnels and everything, she's already got there. It's templates. You just need to jump in and you can start creating an income for yourself. So to me, this was more than just buying a course to sell a course. This is not just knowledge. This is life altering. And what Lizelle said about the pods to me is incredible. There is not one day that I get out of a pod session that a tear didn't flow. You know, it's like getting restoration. You're getting built up from the inside out as well. So it's not just financial. It is on so many levels. So to me, this was the bridge, and I can't stop talking about it and telling other people about it. So phenomenal things has happened since. My business has skyrocketed, and it is because I can now speak with conviction that I know that this is the solution for so many people, and people see it. I don't have to convince them. When I start telling them the possibilities, it just comes. It's just coming because it's what everybody wants. Everybody wants passive income. Everybody wants to know how they can start turning their passion into profit. And if you can do it passively, let's go. So thank you, Lizelle. I hope that's what you wanted.
Thank you,
I've got so much to
Natasha.
share, but the time is short.
So what I just want to ask you is, I want you to share, how much did you make, more or less?
Well,
I know it was like a couple of days in, right?
Oh my goodness, I can't even keep up with the figures. I'm sorry to say, I am just that brain. But I made a lot of sales quickly. In my first 5 weeks, I made 10 sales, and that is over 130,000 rand, and which is like, it's fantastic. I mean, and that's just the beginning. I have to tell you, that's just the beginning, because there's so many other people who said, Latasha, I can see it now. After last night also, I got huge loads of messages coming through saying, Latasha, I can't believe what this popped into my mind, and I had this idea, and thank you for telling me that I should write down the notes, because as Lizelle was talking, the idea started flowing, you know, and people are now on the brink of changing their lives. People are on the brink of developing things that they never knew they had before, you know, like it just dropped into their spirit, into their minds, and now they're starting getting these creative ideas, and they know they're going to have the support system that helps them through it. You're not just going to get an idea and they bye now. Lizelle is there to actually, with her amazing program and the funnels, that $10,000 funnel. Gosh, you guys, we're going to fly.
So thank you so much, Natasha. So I see a lot of people are asking questions. I want to ask you this. People are saying, but what if you can't afford to start? Because I want to make this clear, guys. I just want to make this clear. You have no excuse to become financially free. You know why I can say that with so much confidence? Because I know what I'm teaching in this workshop, you can go do on your own. You can go make money on your own. Okay, you can. There's no excuse that you can't, because this course is worth $997 that you are getting for free on these days. I know about Zanel that sold the couch to start a done for you, but I know you want to start with a done for you program, right? You also want to get there faster. Yes? Let me know in the comments. You want to get there faster. Instead of waiting and creating your own product, I can see that you want to get faster, right? So Natasha, what would you say? What would you say? Answer to that. Now I'm really putting you on the spot. You must just unmute.
Sorry, yeah, I got muted. You cannot afford not to start. You cannot afford not to start. You have to make a plan. If it is a burning desire that you know with absolute conviction that this is something for you, then you have to do it. You make a plan. And what is amazing is Lizelle does have payment plans as well. So there's a lot of people who are starting on payment plans. I started on the starter, you guys, but immediately I saw, oh my goodness, I want the pro, you know, I needed it. And you make a plan. You make a plan because, as I say, you cannot afford not to afford it. you have to have it.
Thank you so much, Natasha. So let me know in the comments there if you want to hear from one more person. I'll let one more person speak that actually sold a couch to start. But what I want to say, there's two type of buyers. Okay? There's two type of buyers. There's a... This is going to help you a lot in your business. They are browsers. And they are buyers. When you speak to your audience online, when you speak to them, who are you looking for? Who are you speaking to? Okay, buyers, right? Exactly. You're not talking to the browsers. Okay, and that's a question I want to say to you, and I can say it with so much confidence, guys, because before I even started with digital marketing, I was always spending money on stuff that wasn't paying me back. Does that make sense? How much money are you spending on takeout, on going a weekend away because you want to stress, on wine at night because you just want to get rid of the stress of the day, on food that makes you feel better about yourself? How much money are you spending on stuff that's not making you money? I was stuck for 3 years like that. For 3 years, I felt sorry for myself. I wanted my husband to get a second job or go to work more. I wanted to win the lotto. Nothing happened for 3 years. I was even wondering why God wasn't answering me. And you might be there as well. But I know now, looking back, I went through that season for a reason, because now I can relate to my perfect audience. Now I've got passion instead of just wanting to make money. I know I want to help someone, right? So you need to choose which one are you today. Like I said, you have no excuse to become financially free. I'm teaching you how to make money, and I'm teaching you for free. Yes, I can get you there faster. If you work with me, I can get you there in 90 days. You can change your life completely. Okay? But if not, don't just give up and say, oh my goodness, I don't have money. Find a way. Create a product, sell it. Find a way. Then come join the program and get there faster. You need to decide, because a browser, that's someone that doesn't take action. They browse their life away. I was a browser for 3 years. I was browsing, feeling sorry for myself. Other people are living the life that I want to live. And oh my goodness, poor me, poor me. Nothing changed until that one day when my child came to me. I picked her up from school. She gave me a letter. And in her face, I knew she knew we were struggling financially. Because up until that point, I was trying to hide it from my kids. I didn't want them knowing we were struggling financially. You don't even need to put up your hand to say you're there, because that's just where I was. I was feeling very embarrassed. I didn't want anyone to know. And you know what? That's why most people are staying stuck, because no one talks about it. No one wants to let people know that there's a better way, because they are too scared to talk about it. That was the day when I decided, you know what? If I want to or not, I need to do something different. And I started Googling. I did not have money to buy a done-for-you system either. I didn't have it. I was working in my beauty salon. I was running in the red. In December of 2023, that was when I knew I needed to do something to keep my kids in school. I made a way. You know what I did? I made some debt. I got some products in my beauty salon. I ran promotions. I worked right through December to buy the program. Within 5 weeks, I left my beauty salon business. I became a South African millionaire in 6 months. By 7 months, I was a 6-figure earner in dollars. I've made multiple 6 figures in dollars. I'm going now for $100,000 a month. What if I didn't start? What if you are not, what if what's you fearing today and calling an objection, a block? I don't have money. I don't have tech. Just because you don't know what it looks like, you just don't know what you don't know. I know it's better to learn from someone that can show you what's already working than to trying to figure it out on your own, because you're thinking you're saving time and money. You either want that transformation or you don't. Your choice. Okay? So I'm doing this course to help you. You don't have to buy DMS. I'm just showing you a better way, because I wish someone showed me sooner. I wasted 3 years where I became extremely depressed. I drank wine every single night to forget my sorrows, and I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't want to be that person. What can change in your life in a month's time, in 3 months' time? Where can you be 2026 if you can start making better decisions? Start making a decision that can actually change your life instead of just treating the symptom, going out to eat on money that you can't afford just to make you feel better for 10 minutes. Okay, I just wanted to share that because I know where I was. So I'm going to bring up Zanelli quickly because someone said they also want to hear from Zanel. And then after what I want to say, before Zanel shares, okay, I want to give you something. Okay, you guys ready to get like an amazing, amazing free gift if you do decide to have that courage to step up and make it happen. Okay, I'm doing a 3-day workshop that's similar to this. You've learned now how to create your own digital product. We're going to get into how to structure it. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you in Canva how to do that. It's going to be very much fun tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it in Canva. So you can literally walk away and already create an income stream for you. Okay, but I'm going to do a 3-day workshop where I'm going to teach you how to make money without social media, without being on social media constantly. Who would love that? Hey, I know a lot of people would love that. Okay, I've never ever done that workshop before, so I'm going to reveal it all. And that workshop alone is worth over $1,500. So for the next 24 hours, my friend, if you decide to get out of your own head and you make it happen, okay, there's payment plans if you want to get started. Get in contact with the person that invited you here. Ask what you need. Let's get you going in the right direction. You will get that workshop for free. Okay, I'm going to show you how to monetize without being constantly on social media. I'm going to show you how to build an entire ecosystem that will pay you until you die one day. Okay, so that's going to be awesome. So for the next 24 hours, I'm going to put that on the table. I'm not going to let you have it tomorrow. Okay, that is a decision that you need to make. Okay, and that workshop is going to be the first week of December. And I'm also going to do the recordings, but that workshop is not going to be for free. Okay, it's worth $1,500. Okay, so Zanelli, share a little bit of you and then we can wrap up.
Okay, hi everyone. So I'm Zanel Stratum. How are you doing? So for the ones who said they didn't have money, that was me 14 months ago. I didn't have the money. I'm a H2A wife. My husband works abroad 9 months of the year because we were on the verge of losing our house and a car. I was working 7 days a week, 12-hour days, not seeing my babies. They are 2 and 4. My one little girl said to me on a one day, she said to me, but mommy, you're working all the time and you never have the money. Why do I even bother to ask you anything? And that for me was like, what the hell are you doing, Zanel? I'm working 2 jobs straight through to get bread and milk for literally the next week. I didn't have the money. I cried myself to sleep. I was suffocating in debt. I was on the verge of losing everything and I prayed. That's the only thing I knew. And I started thinking, instead of saying I don't have it, what can I do? Because of this mom, this stranger that I don't know from a bath soap can do it, how I'm going to try my best to give my babies the better life. I said that. That was up to me. And I sold my couches I was sitting on and I said, oh my word, please do not let this be a scam because then I'm going to be couchless and moneyless. But I walked into this with so much faith inside of me because I knew if it was up to me, I'm going to start doing this. My first 3 weeks, I made my investment back. 6 weeks in, 76,000 Rand. You guys, DMS took me from alone and struggling and can't figure out what to post, being like, oh my word, how I'm going to show up. I don't have the confidence. What do I say? What do I post? Where do I go? Who do I speak to making I'm going for my 4th month to making $10,000 online. I'm no one special. There's no doctor degrees hanging behind me. I don't drive a Ferrari. I don't live in a Valdevie estate or something fancy. I'm just a mom that was desperate enough to make a change. I had a goal and I said to myself, I needed to step up. I need it because waiting for the lottery is never going to happen. So if you're sitting there and making up excuses, stop with the excuses, stop with the blame game. If you want a better life, start creating that life for yourself. Start, make a way. Sell vet cooker or sell cakes or whatever is important to you, you will find the money. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lizelle.
Thank you, Zanelli. Okay, so I see a lot of people are saying in the comments there, they can't remember who invited them here. You got an email from someone, okay? And guys, please don't go share your contact details on here, okay? So someone invited you here, you got the link of the Zoom somewhere in an email. So just go back to the email, just go scan your emails and respond to the person that gave you the link to this workshop. Okay, so if you're ready to get started, you will get that 24-hour bonus. Okay, it's just 24 hours, that's it. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing Zanelli. Zanelli has completely changed her life. I mean, she's making over $10,000 a month now, where she struggled just to get to 5. I mean, this is insane, right? So are you guys ready to carry on, and let's close this baby off? Hey, are you ready? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to structure it quickly, okay? This is a very, I like this because you've got so many ideas and there's so many things running in your head. What I want you to do is I want you to focus on one product first, not too many. You're going to layer those products, okay? So one product first. So remember, what we want to do is we want to take them from what they are struggling with right now, okay? What are their frustrations, okay? What are their frustrations? Okay. And what are their desires? Okay. The same thing, because what you are doing now is you are going to take them now step by step with your product to get that result, that desire. Okay. This is how you're going to structure your e-guide, your program, or whatever it is. Okay. So what I normally like to do, you know what, guys, sorry, I'm going to have to do a new page because it's going to confuse you. Okay, so I'm going to say, give me an example in the comments then. What do you want to create? Do you want to create like a family dinner eating plan? Do you want to create something in the beauty industry? Give me an idea there. What do you want to create? I'll work according to that. Gardening, budget planner, daily devotional, weight loss, health, education, meal plan. Okay, I'm going to go for the meal plan. I think a lot of people relate to the meal plan. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to always give them steps. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to say like 5 steps. You can say 3 steps. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so you can say 5 steps to easy dinner meals. Okay, so maybe your perfect customer is a busy mom. She's feeling guilty. The kids aren't eating anything healthy, and she's working, and she gets home late at night, and she doesn't have hours to cook, and she's sitting at work. Her frustrations are that she's, again, we're going from I'm going to just say F, frustrations, right? She's frustrated because she's not getting the kids to eat healthy. Her desire is to feel like she's a good mom. She's feeding her family with healthy food, but she just doesn't seem to find the time. So what happens is she spends a lot of money because they eat out or they get takeaway. So she's spending a lot of money and they're eating badly. So she's having a lot of frustrations around that. So now let's say you want to create a 5-step steps to easy dinner meals. What she wants is an easy plan that she can follow, that she can whip up a healthy dish in 30 minutes, okay, or less, and it's healthy for the family, something that doesn't take a long time and also doesn't include any weird ingredients. She wants something easy, something that a family will love. Okay, so what I normally do is I would say steps, because when you say steps, you make it easy, digestible. A lot of people create a PDF or an e-guide, but it's so much information for the brain that by page 2, they're like, oh my word, the first page was good, but I just can't carry on. Or it's just too much information. I'm overwhelmed here, right? So just take it into 5 steps. You can call it 5 steps, or you can call it 5 foundations, or 5, whatever you want to call it. Just break it down in little more digestible pieces, okay? So the first one, let's say the first part is, remember, you're taking them on this journey. You can call the first step reset the routine, okay? So resetting the routine can maybe be like help them have a quick mindset shift. A mindset shift, maybe helping them understand it's not that big a deal. you can actually have better without having to cook a lot. Like when I talk about making money online, people sometimes can't understand, how can you make so much money with working a couple of hours a day, you know? So I would help them with the mindset, right? There's technology. So you can help them with a quick mindset, just setting their mindset straight, right? And setting a plan for the week. Because if you plan, you're already saving a lot of time, right? It's because we don't plan that you end up getting a lot of takeaways, eating out, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean, okay? So there's a lot of, we can go on and on here, but step one can maybe focus on the first. Just get them started off right, okay? If it's in the beauty industry and you want to do like 5 steps to clear skin without spending a lot on expensive treatments, you can maybe say, let's do a skincare quiz. Let's check what type of skin you have. Let's first determine what is the real problem underlying under all of, maybe you've just been using the wrong products, right? So whatever that first step is, that second step can maybe be to stock smarter, right? Yeah, you can help them with oh, sorry guys, it looks a little bit ingredients maybe that they always use, okay? You can maybe help her list what kind of ingredients do you always use and give her like a shopping template. Shopping template that is easy, that she can go weekly, do her grocery shopping. Because what you are doing is you're removing now the overwhelm. You're removing the overwhelm of, oh my goodness, I don't know what to make. No. Just go to the store and these are the ingredients that you always buy because she's going to list it. Okay, now she's got something to work from. She can use these ingredients. So let's say you create easy meal dinner plans for people that, again, don't have a lot of time. So you would know what the average person, the ingredients they would have in their house. So you help them make the most of that, right? So we can say the next step can be 15-minute meals. Okay? So here you can give them recipes. You can give recipes of the most normal, original ingredients that you have in your house. Like what you can do with rice, potato, and a little nice sauce that you mix up with some veggies in or whatever the case may be. You can give them 15-minute meal recipes. And that even on its own can be an entire recipe book that you can sell separately. But this is how you stack the income, right? You stack so much value so it can quickly go from a low ticket to a mid ticket, even to a higher ticket product, all depending on how you do it, okay? And then maybe the fourth step is prep like a pro, you call it that. So you teach them meal planning, meal prepping, sorry. Meal prepping, you teach them, you give them a tracking sheet. No, sorry, not a tracking sheet. What do you call it? What do you call it? I used to do it when I was exercising. Yeah, meal prepping, you would freeze it. You would freeze the meals. Okay, so you can maybe give her a guide on what type of meals she can freeze and how can she mix it. She makes a lot of this today, and then she can take that same ingredients and mix it with something else and make an amazing dish, whatever, okay? I'm not a best cook here, but I'm just giving you some ideas here, okay? And then maybe the fifth step can be a tracker to track how is her progress. How's she been feeling? A tracker of, what did she do? Just to reflect, what meals did you make this week? What did the kids love the most? How can you make more? Just prompting questions to help her think better, to work smarter, not harder. Does it make sense? Does that make sense? Right? It makes sense, okay? And what you can even do, now this is an extra tip, okay? You can create this. Now, you can sell it separately to get to that, because you can begin with resetting your routine. You can maybe begin with selling just a recipe book, like I said. But to stack the value, you can stack the price and you can charge a little bit more for it. So here's what else you can do. If you want to grow your business and you want to grow from a product like that that's low to mid ticket, you can actually start forming a little community, maybe a WhatsApp group, maybe a Facebook group. Okay. And what you can do in this group is let them share recipes that are working for them. Just let them talk to one another, have a space where they can get ideas. Because what are you doing when you're creating a community? You're building a brand. You're building a brand because more people get to know, like, and trust you. And more you are setting yourself apart in the market, right? What else you can do here is you can do like a challenges. Can you see? Okay, you can't see, but I can just mention it. You can do like a 30-day challenge and say, hey guys, this is how you can add urgency. Okay, this is a tip I'm giving you for selling. You can add a little bit of urgency and say, hey, 2026 is around the corner. I know you've been wanting to live healthier and feel better. I know you've been feeling guilty about your children not eating healthy. So 2026 is a new year. It's almost December. I want you to get on board. We're starting a 30-day challenge, getting into this new way. You're going to look and feel so good by January. Your clothes are going to sit nicer because you're going to eat healthy and you're going to feel good doing it. Okay? You run a 30-day challenge and you have them in that community and you run that. And after that 30-day challenge, what's going to happen? Because a lot of people, when you give them something that they have to learn on their own, if they want to have to do it by themselves, what are the chances that they are really going to get amazing success? It's like giving someone a fitness program and everything, and you tell them to go do the exercises themselves. A lot of people need to go to the gym or need people where they can stay accountable. Isn't that true? I want to see the comments. Isn't that true? Right? Exactly. A lot of people, because people psych people up. They're like, oh my goodness, I'm feeling amazing. Oh my goodness, guys, she taught us we can do so much with pumpkin, but let me tell you what I made today with pumpkin. It's so healthy. And this is actually saving me so much more time, blah, blah, blah. So what happens is if you run a 30-day challenge, people start getting results. They start getting results. They start sharing. And what are you building? You're building testimonies. You're building a better brand because now it's proven that your product is working for people. Where if you just sell a product and hoping to people to get results, you're never getting that testimonies. And here's also what's never happening. If you're just selling a product, and this is just a tip I'm giving you. If you're just selling a product online, but you're not checking in that people are getting the transformation that you said they were going to get. If you're not checking in, you're not getting testimonials, you're not getting feedback, that means you can't grow. Because your product is only as good as your customers are having the results, right? Customers have to have the results. That's how your business grows. Because when your customers are happy, you are happy, right? That's exactly why I did DMS the way I did it, because I knew they would get results. Okay, so I would much rather have them get the results knowing that it works than trying stuff that I've never done before or making a huge amount that they can't even afford and not get the results. And this is why I put them in a community so that they can learn from another and we can share the results. Okay, so when they see it's possible for one person, then all of a sudden it starts becoming possible for other people. Have you ever seen people at the Olympics? There would be someone that breaks a record, and then every year, like for years, no one would break a record, and everyone say, no, you'll never be able to break that record. It's never been done. And then you get this one person that's so crazy, they believe they can do it. And they start practicing and they start exercising, they break the record. And what happens is all of a sudden, more people start breaking the record because they saw one person do it. Sometimes that's all people need. They just need to know that one person has been able to do it, and it encourages the rest. Okay, does that help? Does this help the structure? If you share and care, you will never be alone. Absolutely. Okay. So that concludes today's session, guys. So let's quickly recap what we've covered. We covered what your niche is. Okay. Where it is, health, wealth, relationships. Those are the 3 niches you want to be in. Okay. It's got a little bit of legs there, but that's the niche you want to be in. We covered your perfect customer. Who's the perfect customer that you really want to help? If you think about it, money wasn't an option. Who would you want to help? That's most of the time something that hits very deep, that will take you into your business. It will take you to financial freedom. It will take you to wherever you want to go if you have that passion in your heart. Okay. We talked about structuring your product and pricing your product. Now, what I want you to do today is I want you to go put a price on the product that you are thinking about. Go figure that out. Okay. What is the price? And then how you want to structure it. And then tomorrow, we're going to do that in Canva. And I'm going to show you how simple it really is. Does it make you excited? It has to be excited, right? Okay, so I'm going to give just 1 or 2 people, if you want to share quickly or have any questions, let me know quickly. I can answer that for you. What's the time for us? Yeah, so we have a few minutes. Okay, excited, yay. Anyone have a question? Going once. Going twice.
I'll just tell them to raise their hand on the react button.
Oh, just raise your hand either physically or on the little bar at the bottom here. Okay, Anna. Got the same surname as me.
Lizelle, thank you so much, and especially thank you for your course that's coming early December. How do we sign up for that one?
You can only, well, here's what's going to happen with that one. I'm first letting my community in on that one because my community is the reason for my success and for their own success. So I'm letting them first in on it. So anyone that's in DMS will hear about it first, and then my email list. I'm going to let everyone, so I'm not going to share it publicly yet. I first want to share it with them, get some feedback from them, because I'm planning this because I know a lot of people have been struggling with it. And I've just got that question so much. Social media is changing, guys. Have you noticed? Social media is changing. The market is changing. People do not just want to buy something anymore and hope to get success or whatever. We all know DMS is amazing, but a lot of people, they are ready to go for the high figures and want a product built with someone. Okay, a lot of people want that. They don't just, they want someone to take them through it. So, and how to do it without social media all the time and all of that. But so I'm gonna share that as well, and everyone in DMS is gonna have access to that. Everyone's gonna see it. Everyone's gonna get the training on it. And if you get into DMS within the next 24 hours, you will get that for free. You're not gonna have to pay that $1,500. Okay.
Thank
Great.
you.
Andrea, love your name.
Hi. Okay, so I'm all the way from Namibia and I'm a newbie. So I joined, I think, on Wednesday.
Oh, is it her internet?
After joining, I started posting.
Oh,
I've started posting immediately. So can you?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, the internet is unstable. Okay. So I've been posting and I got quite a lot of reaction on my Facebook page.
Let me just ask you, Andrea,
I also have those people that told me that I'm selling a pyramid scheme.
Okay, yeah. Andrea, this call is for the product building. Okay, so if your question is related to your product, to a new product that you want to create, that's, I want to keep to what we are discussing here. Okay, you're already in the community, so you're welcome to go ask questions. Just go into the community, go type out if you have a question. I think I know where you're going with this, and you're going to have everyone answer you there immediately. Okay.
Okay, perfect. And then I'm thinking of creating a product regarding what I'm doing currently, and it's under estate agency. I get people asking me to mentor them, and I'm giving information for free. So I'm thinking that maybe I can create something in there to give training where people can buy the training from me.
Oh, yes. I would definitely do that if I was you. The real estate industry, man, you can do actually so much. You're going to see how much you're going to learn in here about automation, how you can close more deals on autopilot, and how you can teach them how to do that. You can even teach them how, I mean, what you're going to learn here in the DMS is exactly what you can teach them just on another business scale, you know? So I would definitely go with that.
Yes.
I would definitely go with that. Think about the pain point that they're experiencing. Just think about one product at the moment. Think about the main pain points, the desires, what would save them time and money, and how you can bridge that gap. Build your product around that.
Yes, that's what I've done now.
Yes, and start small. Start small, Andrea. I mean, you're doing DMS, right? I have a customer. She started with DMS, but she was a few weeks in, and because she lost a lot of weight, she shared the weight that she lost, and everyone was asking her, oh my goodness, how are you losing weight? She was just sharing her story and why she started with DMS. And then at the end of the day, I shared it in my on yesterday. She made $3,600 on a $99 product, just sharing her knowledge. You can start with something like that and just stack it later, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Pleasure. Maud.
Hi, I have a question in terms of the amount of people that would be able to join, because I've had a lot of people that I tried to contact today to actually join in and follow, but they're not able to do it today. So for me, this is a 3-day course, and it was so full that you battle to get in. It takes a couple of 10 minutes to actually just get in. So the question was, what came up, will there be other opportunities where we can do the Canva 3-day thing again? What is the later stage of it? When will the later date for it be? And that boils down to the question that I have about the course. Your course, will that be so full as well that you would not be able to get in? Because you now said something that raised the point that you're going to let your community in first and then your email list after that. So is that course only going to be available for December?
Okay, let me answer your
Will you
first
extend
one.
it because of the fact that it's so full?
Let me answer you on the first one. This is recorded. So every single person that signed up for this challenge or this workshop, if they missed it, the recording goes out twice. Straight after last night's session, the recording went out. I sent it again before the session started. After this session, I'm sending out this recording again. Tomorrow, before the next session started, I'm sending the replay out again so they can watch the replay, okay, without missing anything. The other thing we did was we increased the capacity of Zoom. So we didn't know it was going to be this full, right? Which is a good problem to have, okay? So what we did was Zoom had a cap on the amount of people that can join, but we sorted it out. So we just had to upgrade the account so it can make space for much more people. So we're not going to have this problem again.
Okay, and then your course in December, will that also?
I'm talking about the course of December. There's not going to be a problem for the people getting in. And also, there's a big difference, Maud, between the two. This one was free. That one's not going to be free. There's a big difference. A lot of people, are browsers. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people are ready for the change. So, and a lot of people, they might not see the value or the importance of it yet and might not join for it. But it will also be the same. It will be a charge and then there will be recording. So you can look after it. There's going to be some special bonuses in that one as well. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Lizelle,
right. Yeah.
Lizelle, before we go, there was a question. Will the promo be on the payment plans or just on the full amount straight off?
It will be on the payment plans as well. Yes. Okay. So for the next 24 hours, you'll get 2 emails. It will remind you, because before tomorrow's session, the doors to the promo is going to close. Okay. And then that it's not going to be available anymore. So if you want to get in today, you can get in on the payment plan and reach out again to the person that invited you here. There was an email that you got with the link. Okay. And just to Maud's question there, when I say I'm going to give it to my community, everyone that's already in the DMS will get a taste of that workshop first. So you get what I'm saying? So because I'm not going to open it to the public yet. So
Can you put the 2 prices on the courses?
So there's 2 prices. There's a starter level, which is $497. Okay. And there is a pro level, which is $1,197. So $1,197. That was the one I focused on tonight because that one includes the full course on everything I explained to you. It includes the full step-by-step course on how to create your own digital product as well. Okay, but you can always get in on the starter, upgrade to the pro. If you're already ready to go all in, I'll just start with the pro because there's a once of $67 activation fee. That includes your professional email, your professional domain, because you need your own email and domain, so that includes your year subscription for, like with any business, you need an email and a domain, like a .com. That's what you need. So there's just the ones of $67 and it includes everything. But so if you start with the $497 and then a day after you want to upgrade to the pro, you're going to again pay that $67 if it makes sense. Okay. Any more questions? All right, so then we are going to jump off here, guys. Thank you so much for joining. So tomorrow we're going to go into Canva. Who's excited for Canva? Who's excited to see how easy it is to create the product physically in Canva? Okay, excited? So just come ready tomorrow with the breakdown. Your homework is to go do this. Just go sort it out And then tomorrow we'll build it together. Okay. And then straight after it's going to be the VIP. And then that's it. All right, everybody. I'll send out the replay as soon as possible. You must have an awesome day.
That was it. That's the end of day 2. What a jam-packed day that was. I hope now you understand more about low ticket, mid ticket and high ticket and how bundling your products together can actually create a scalable income and how you can implement systems to earn on autopilot. The best way of earning is earning while you sleep. And that's possible. It only takes a few simple steps to get there. So go comment down below and let me know what was the biggest learning from today. And as always, subscribe and like this video because this is where you're going to get content to challenge you and to push you to create that financial freedom you've always been dreaming of.